Big Finish aren't half some expensive bastards. One release on their website can set you back over a tenner. And if you decided you wanted to try out Big Finish and couldn't get into the audio medium, then it'd be a waste of money. That's why Big Finish regularly release free stuff for new listeners to get a flavour and see if they can gel with the new format of Doctor Who storytelling. They release the first episode to a lot of stories for free, and on their SoundCloud they even have the entirety of the Mutant Phase at the minute, which is a 5th Doctor story that is now out of print. But they also have 4 stories that are permanently available for free on the Big Finish website. Just make an account for free and download these stories, and you have half-hour examples of the 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th Doctors in the Big Finish format. If you're someone who wants to try out Big Finish but either doesn't have the funds or doesn't want to risk any money testing the waters, then these 4 stories leave you with nothing to lose. I'm going to review all 4 of these free stories, and I'm going to go in order of Doctor. The first is the 5th Doctor story, No Place Like Home, and already I'm going to say that this is my favourite of the 4. The companion here is Eramem, who is a really interesting character. First appearing in The Eye of the Scorpion, Eramem is an ancient Egyptian princess, so she offers a very different perspective on the universe than other companions. The story is basically a character piece with the TARDIS as a character. The Doctor and Eramem wander around the TARDIS together, coming across the clothes of past Doctors and companions, a full-sized cricket pitch, and a rainforest. It gives the TARDIS this mammoth scale that's rarely seen in the show. You get it in the Invasion of Time and Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS. Anyway, a mysterious force infiltrates the TARDIS and wants to take it for its own use. And if you think that that would make the story a serious one, then think again, as, spoilers, the mysterious force turns out to be a super-evolved Gallifreyan mouse. The story's also got Shade in it, who is an agent that works for the Time Lords with a massive black spherical head, and he's basically Chameleon done properly. Davison is really comedic in this one. He comes across as a much more developed Doctor than he was in the series, and Caroline Morris as Eramem is really good too, and Eramem is given quite a lot of backstory talk in this one. It isn't off-the-wall story with a quirky plot, but it's also reflective about the importance of friendship and family. All in all, it's a really fun story and a great introduction to the 5th Doctor's Big Finish persona and to a Big Finish exclusive companion. Next up is the 6th Doctor story, The Ratings War. The Doctor shows up to an alien TV station that has 80% of the population watching it at all times, where he tries to prevent a plot by the galactic criminal, Beep the Meep. Beep appeared in Doctor Who comics with the 4th Doctor, and this is the only Big Finish play he's been a part of. Beep's plan here is to manipulate the TV audience into killing each other and causing havoc by planting subliminal messages in a children's TV show starring himself. Colin Baker is absolutely fantastic here as always. He doesn't skip a beat when it comes to playing the Doctor in Big Finish, but the highlight of the whole thing is the theme song to the Beep and Friends show. It's fucking hilarious and a great use of black humour. The whole thing is quite an interesting commentary on how TV can brainwash people into acting certain ways or into buying certain things, and there's an ongoing joke about reality TV that just takes the genre and cripples its kneecaps. Overall, this is a really fun one. The 7th Doctor story is Last of the Titans, and it's probably the weakest of the 4. The Doctor lands on a spaceship where its only inhabitant is a strange man with a West Country accent and a robotic voice, called Vilgrith. Vilgrith is living on the ship by himself, but because he's living there and isn't paying tax, there's operatives out trying to murder him. About 20 minutes in, the story feels like it's going absolutely nowhere, and it's pretty uneventful, until the reveal of why Vilgrith is alone on the ship in the first place, which adds some depth to the story. I wouldn't call this one essential listening by any means. It's a decent little character piece, but you do get to hear just how good Sylvester McCoy is in the Big Finish format. And the final story of the freebies is the 8th Doctor story, Living Legend. The 8th Doctor's first Big Finish companion, Charlie, played to perfection by India Fisher, is the companion here. The Doctor and Charlie land in Italy on the day Italy won the World Cup final in 1982 to find that there's 2 members of a hostile alien species called the Threllips hiding in the woods who want to invade Earth. Very standard, we want to take over the world story, but it's got a brilliant twist in the way that the Doctor and Charlie handle the situation. They dress up in full Time Lord attire and pretend to be Gallifreyan officials, and they fool the Threllips into turning on each other in two really amusing ways which I don't want to spoil here, but it's gold. The Threllips themselves sound really indistinguishable from Vilgrith in the previous story because they too have a West Country accent with an electronic filter. They all sound like General Cobb talking into a fan. India Fisher is the star of the show here, pretending to be a time lady who is the Doctor's superior, and she just has a lot of fun demonstrating her power and authority that she's just putting on. It's probably the most random way the Doctor has ever prevented an alien invasion, and that's what gives Living Legend a lovely injection of comedy that Big Finish always do well with. So that's about it. I'd highly recommend checking all of these stories out as a great place to start for a curious Whovian on a budget. And make sure that you check Big Finish's website and SoundCloud for more free content.